Good morning, everybody. I'm Kelly Walker Slaughter, live at the best place in the whole wide world right now for me because it smells so good. It's Juicy's Wellness Egg Cafe. Shout out to Mary and the girls that make Juicy's what it is. We got India here. We got everybody in the back. I can hear some chatter in the back. But again, we're going to be live here today. So make sure you come out and get your juice on. We do have a couple of hot topics, not like what you would think it would be, but I do want to, we'll talk about it a little bit later on in the show because I'm going to have a special in studio guest with me all the way from Sparta Nation coming on the show and chatting up with us this morning, talking about, and be thinking about this right now, guys. First and foremost, we got good morning, Retha. One is the big topic right now that everybody's been buzzing about since yesterday was the radiation, the shrimp that's got radiation on it. Is we're going to get superpowers. And the other topic is, which I would love to have Mary or Indy on because I bet they have a lot to say about it, is, cooking your food in plastic, like the dangers that you can come from that. We have videos of doctors that I was going to show from friends that sent me all this stuff. But again, that's like two of the biggest hot topics going on this week. And I just think it's wild and wacky. But currently right now in downtown McMinnville, it is 73 degrees. As you can tell, it's cloudy, it's muggy outside. Today's high will be 85. Tonight's low will be 68. And then it's going to say partly cloudy. Conditions will be expected around 4 p.m. Wind gusts are going to be up to 9 miles per hour. It does look like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Unfortunately, there are chances of showers and thunderstorms, anything from 35 to a 45% chance. So make sure you wear accordingly. Get your rain jacket, get your rain boots, whatever the case may be. But we want to thank Reddick Brown Ford for being our community weather sponsor. Just to share some screen share time here. Before I forget, I forgot to post this up here, but I'm going to remove it. We're going to be using this a lot today. There is a ton of things going on this week. So if you're not following us and or being a part of our VIP Text Club, you can do that by texting the keyword at Warren 931 to the phone number 81010. We try to send out text messages on a regular basis to keep you guys posted and informed of what's going on. First and foremost, let's talk about this. Somebody sent this to me yesterday, and I wanted to make sure everybody knew about it. For all you hunters out there, there is a big event going on this weekend. It is called Free Hunting Day. It's this Saturday on August the 23rd. It says, attention all Tennessee residents. This Saturday marks the Free Hunting Day where you can hunt without a license just in time for the opening squirrel season. It also says, join the tradition of squirrel hunting, one of Tennessee's oldest outdoor activities. It's one perfect opportunity to introduce friends, family, and your little kids too. If you got kids that you want to try to introduce hunting to, this is a great day to see if this is something that they would be into. It's a perfect opportunity. Let's see. Also, don't forget about the archery only antlered deer hunt. Is happening from the 22nd to 24th. Check out your local wildlife management areas for special regulations. On the hunting free day, residents are exempt from hunting license and the WMA permits. Make sure to review the 2025-2026 Tennessee Fishing, Hunting, and Trapping Guide for details. And also a reminder, you can harvest up to 10 squirrels a day until March 15th. Of 2026. Each hunting day kicks off a half hour before sunrise and wraps up a half hour after sunset. And another quick reminder, hunter education requirements still apply if you were born on or after January 1st of 1969 to ensure you've completed the hunter education course. If not, you'll need an apprentice hunter permit. For more info on hunting and to complete your hunting education online, visit the TWRA's website and let's make the most of the day on the great outdoors. So again, if you got a hunter out there that wants to get introduced, this Saturday would be an epic time to do it. That is just one of the many things that is happening this weekend as we go on with. Oh, there's my boy Duke. Let's just bring him on. I'm just going to bring you on now.
Hang on, let me get dressed. Hold on.
Come on. Guys, I told you
don't look, I'm naked.
Don't look away, children. Look away.
That's right.
It just went from G-rated to X-rated.
That's right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Thursday.
I like your cap. It looks like a Forrest Gump a bit.
I know. Well, my hair, I need a haircut. And so, I have sleep apnea, so I got to wear this stupid mask, and it makes my hair look like Bozo when I get up. So I've got the hat on. It's Detroit.
It's Detroit.
Yeah. So,
it looks
but
like
I don't want to wear. I don't want to wear it like this.
Yeah, I got you. That's how you're supposed to wear it, right? I'm guessing.
Right. That's how I normally wear it. But for the camera, I've got it kind of up like the build's folded up like hey, Ernest.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Either that, or you remind me of Julie Andrews in the Flying Nun thing, where she could fly away.
That's right. Yeah. So.
I love it. But no, I just got done talking about the big hunting free day coming up this Saturday, because that's really big for folks like in the Warren County community. Do you know, is there a lot of hunting that could be done in White County?
Oh, yeah. There's, I guess it's deer hunting season's coming up, and then at some point it's turkey season. And then there's a season where you can't use a rifle. It's only bow and arrow. And I mean, I've got friends of mine who do that stuff. I don't have the patience, and I can't be quiet enough to go out hunting. That's something I've always wanted to do. But like I said, I'd be talking the whole entire time. My friends would get ticked off and shut your mouth. It's
is that a squirrel?
Yeah. It's the same thing with fishing, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed fishing, but I used to get in trouble all the time because I'd have uncles or whoever that I was fishing with. Shut up! You're scaring the fish away.
I think that
they can hear.
Listen, I understand when you're hunting deer, you probably need to be quiet, right?
Yeah.
But there's fish in the water.
Yeah. I don't know that.
Maybe it's like, I don't think they care if you're talking. I just think they care if there's movement in the boat.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I think that was just a misleading conception that like a lot of adults told me, like, you need to shut up, because I think they were really just tired of us talking.
Yeah, that's what it was. And the other thing about hunting, and I don't mean to make this a somber story, but make sure that the safety rules and all that. A buddy of mine in high school, he knew the safety rules, and I'll never forget. It was the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And he was so excited. He was going on his first deer hunting trip with his father and his brother. Yeah. And he got excited. He saw a deer, and so he was trying to get up in the deer stand to get it. And he put his rifle in his overalls with the barrel up.
Oh,
and and he forgot to put the safety on. And as he's climbing up the tree, the stick got in the trigger and fired off and killed him. And so again, please, I get the whole thing about being excited, but I always tell people who are like, "Hey, we're going hunting this weekend. Hey, be careful. Don't get too excited." I always tell them Joel was my friend and my roommate in football camp.
Yeah.
I knew him since elementary school. Excuse me. And that was 10th grade when that happened in high school. And so I always tell Joel's story to anybody who's hunting just as a safety precaution, because you get excited and you're wanting to snag that first deer. You see it's a 8-point buck or whatever it is, and gotta have it. And, don't get too excited that, something tragic.
Tread with caution.
Yeah.
Every time. Another thing that is happening in September that I think everybody should know about, I just got wind of this late last night, which is this is a great opportunity, because supposedly the one and only, this is Priscilla Presley. It's a save the date and night to remember Priscilla Presley. Now, this is a event. And as you can see right here, benefiting Steered Straight, educating youth on drug prevention. And this is going to be on September the 6th at 6 p.m. The VIP meet and greet at 5 p.m. at the Maddox Hotel in Nashville. It says, join us for a night of live music, food, drinks, and silent auction items. And you can go to www.steerstraight.org. And this comes from the Warren County Joy page. I saw this last night and I thought, oh, how neat. I'm definitely going to be talking with the folks that's putting this together. But with that said, this is a local nonprofit that's offering a rare opportunity to meet Priscilla Presley in the efforts to raise money for drug prevention. Steered Straight, which is an office right here on Northgate Drive, has organized an event called A Night to Remember Priscilla Presley and Friends. And of course, we already talked about where it's at and all that fun jazz. But she will be telling Elvis stories and mingling with the crowd during the VIP session, said event organizer and founder of Steered Straight, Michael D. Leon. And they've been on the show with us here as well. We'll also have Artemis Pyle, the drummer from Lynyrd Skynyrd, who will he'll walk away from the 1977 plane crash. That was a big thing. I was not born then, but I've always been told about it.
Yeah.
Duke, did you remember that?
Yeah, I mean, I was just a little guy back then too. Excuse me, I don't talk much anymore, so you have to excuse me. But yeah, I mean, that was a huge thing because it wiped out some of the band members of Lynyrd Skynyrd.
It was a tragic event.
It was a tragic event, and Lynyrd Skynyrd was at the height of what they were doing, and so it was pretty big story back then.
It was. And then, of course, he goes on with Priscilla Presley, known for her, of course, married to Elvis Presley. She was also instrumental in transforming Graceland into the international attraction that it is today. And as an actress, she was on the TV show Dallas.
Yeah.
Who shot JR? Is that one?
Yeah, that's the show.
Okay.
She didn't shoot JR, but she was on there. I think her and Bobby had a thing.
Gotcha. She also did a lot of appearances. I remembered her in Naked Gun with Neil Neeson. You cannot forget those. I mean, so funny. So if you've not seen Naked Gun, I haven't seen this new one. Have you seen the new one?
I haven't seen the new one either, but it looks just as funny because you never think of Liam Neeson, who's this real, anything I've ever seen him in has been very straightforward or action intense, the taking stuff and all that.
Daughter.
Yeah. And to see him, in the previews that I saw, and again, I think the guy who did this movie was the son of the guy who originally did them.
Yes.
And so anyway, which if you've never seen the original Police Squad that was on ABC television, I don't know where you can find that. A buddy of mine had the videotapes and I borrowed them one time. And oh my gosh, that was so funny. And that's what Naked Gun became out of was that if you ever saw is from the files of the Police Squad. And the Police Squad was a TV show that Liam Neeson was on, or not Liam Neeson, but the
Leslie.
Leslie. And his partner, everybody that was in the movie was on that show. Yeah. And it was just so funny. I mean, it was just hilarious. And then they took it to another level with the movie. But I would like to see that for sure.
But like I said, so with the auction items that they have got so far for this event, Jason Aldean signed a guitar and 2 signed CDs. Rascal Flatts signed guitars. Lee Greenwood signed guitars. Let's see. Artemis Pyle signed some drum heads. Hillary Scott signed a guitar. Thomas Rhett guitar. Plenty of Priscilla Presley signed memorabilia. Steered Straight has a large-scale plans for the Warren County area that includes providing housing for women and military veterans in need. DeLeon has worked with inmates at the Warren County Jail, and he has a request of a minimum of donations of $250 per ticket to attend this special event. To purchase tickets, you can email Michael or his wife Darla at michaeldelon@steeredstraight.org or darla@steeredstraight.org. But again, this is a big event. Michael has been on the show. He is actually they've moved down here. I don't know if you saw that episode. Him and his wife are on here talking about one of the events they held down here, and he does several. He goes nationwide. He is a very well-known speaker, and he lives here in the Warren County community. And I
Wow.
think that is just a phenomenal thing, to brag about. We have somebody that is. We got some big dogs up here, y'all, and we need
Well,
to.
I saw the Vaughn what's his name, the comedian guy who had the guy on talking about McMinnville that he had bought.
Reed. Are you talking
Yeah,
about? There's two of them, Dusty Slay and then the Reed guy, John Reed.
Yeah, no, Dusty Slay. He was on the comedians podcast guy.
Theo Vaughn show.
Yeah, Theo Vaughn. Theo
Yes.
Vaughn. That's it.
Yes,
And he was talking about McMinnville, and they showed the mural.
Yeah.
And some of the outscape of where the water tower is and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny because Theo was like, "Oh, I need to get down here sometime."
I
And that's the thing. You never know who's going to come through. I remember there was one time we heard that Ozzy Osbourne and his son Jack was in town. And
they did their show, and they were up at the Isha property.
Yeah.
What was their show called?
I can't remember. It's something like
No.
It was like Ozzy and Jack take over the world, or the Osbournes take over the world, or travel something. I don't know. Anyway,
I can't remember, but yeah.
But you never know. And I know for years, Kenny Chesney's drummer lives in Warren County.
He did. He did. He was getting his hair cut from the same lady that done
a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
A lot of celebrities in Warren County for sure.
And and everybody was like, gosh, it's just a small town, but it's really not, guys. We are growing. We are a real, I call it a hidden gem here.
Yeah.
They were, yeah, that's right. Duke Jr. says from Jay's Restaurant, did I see you on the Himalaya?
Yes.
Did he really? No. I was going to say, where was I at? Come on now. And Sydney Albatten, yeah, she said, yeah, they were at Isha. Yeah. I just can't remember what the show was called. Like, I know it was Ozzy and Jack, or Jack. I just remember the show called The Osbournes back in the day. I don't remember all of it. I do want to do a quick shout out to our the Honorable Judge Ryan J. Moore and Sarah Mullins as they partaked. I saw this the other day and I wanted to share it right here. As you can see, guys, they are protecting Warren County's children is at the heart of my work, and it grows stronger when we connect with others across Tennessee. Proud to stand with Director of the Juvenile Services, Tara Mullins, at the Tennessee's Juvenile Court Conference, learning and sharing ways to better to serve families. And I have to give it up to Ryan. I've given it up to Ryan J. and Tara because the jobs that they do when it involves children, that is a very tough cookie. Or a tough pill to swallow for some of us. I done families in crisis, similar to some of the stuff they're doing, but a lot more than that. And for them to continue and doing and the great works that they are doing, everything from the juvenile courts that they have, instead of kids going to court, they go in front of their peers, coming up with things like that, to just learning different techniques. I know that when Tara gets a phone call that they're having a what's the term, and I already forgot, when the child is acting up at home, when the police get called, she gets called and she has to go with them.
Wow.
And I don't want to call it a wild child, but there's an actual term when they need help. And Tara gets in there and she talks to them about, or Tara, her name's Tara, your wife's Tara.
Yeah, I'm always Tara.
I'm going to throw, and I'm sorry, Tara, if I mess up your name. I have somebody that's got a wife named Tara. But anyways, for her to continue to go on her works, because when she goes and she presents materials to the families, like, this is how I would handle your adolescent child or whatever the case may be. That's why you got to keep re-educating yourself, because there's so many new things that you can learn, right?
Sure.
Going on, because I want to talk about all the stuff that's on our page today. I just think there's so many neat things going on right now. shout out to the Warren County school system right here, as it's been like the first full week of schools, of course. And as you can see right here, more than 2 weeks in, and excitement has slowed down. Here's a peek of smiles, hard at work, school spirit happening across the district. And so I just always love showing our kids, because this is fun times. There's the Morrison School right there, kids. The band, the middle school band. Look at that. Now, see, that's what I call yes. If they were teaching us like that at school, I would be loving it. Loving it. And of course, the seniors right there.
Nice.
That was at the senior sunrise.
Wow.
Again, your first day at school, and you come at 5 a.m.
Ooh.
You do you, boo. I don't know if I could have done it. I think this is really neat. I don't know if Duke, they did this with you guys. They didn't do it with me. Plus, a shout out to that kid right there that has the Sublime shirt that parents are teaching them right. Look at that. Look at that. But no, planting gardens, getting kids hands on. I think it's very, what I would call life skills, right? I think children nowadays need to be taught that, not only do we need to learn to write and to read, but we also need to know like how to grow things, how things are grown. And I think doing stuff hands-on is where it's all at. I mean, we didn't have anything like that when I was in school, like the gardens. We did have a lot of hands-on stuff, but not like that. Did you have anything like that?
No, about the only thing that came close to that, I think, when I was in second grade, there might have been we did a plant thing for Mother's Day where we like put a plant in the little square thing, and gave it to our moms for Mother's Day. And of course, my mom just trashed it. She wasn't.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, that's about as close as it came.
Gotcha. So going back, yes, I want to say shout out to Derek Coates this morning. First off, don't say that I missed your party when I didn't get an invitation. Oh. Don't throw out the shade, okay, bro? Throw out the shade. Because I got a phone call and if you relied on Brian to give me the message, that was your first mistake. Okay. So he called me the day of your party. And he's not here to defend himself. If you did ask him, I don't know but with that said, he called me and he said, I had to drop off my wife at Derek's party, and then he had to go somewhere else, and then he was going to come back. Right. And I said, when I go, he told me he was going to invite me to his birthday party. And then, of course, I was in West Virginia. Okay. That's where my butt was. And so he goes, no, don't worry. And I said, well, tell Derek I said, hey. So I'm waiting for Derek's rebuttal. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Laughing emojis. That's what you get. Yeah. But no, I had a great time in West Virginia, and I hope that your birthday party was as amazing as you are, because Derek, who's been on our show before, he's not originally from here. If anybody's seen him, he's got that accent, he can tell you all about it. It's an open party. Oh, okay. Whatever that means. Is that like slang term for something else? But no, but he was talking about again, Duke, when you come down here, you got to meet him, because the way he talks about how he cooks, I want to eat it. I want to try his wings. I want to try his food. It sounds delicious.
Oh, wow.
We'll be having a boxing. Yeah. This is what he was calling. It's called a Boxing Day party. Now, he has to explain to you what that is. I don't remember exactly word for word what that is. And, of course, my co-host is obviously MIA because he's got to get a suit today. But I move on. I digress. Sydney, going back to the Aussie thing, she looked it up, Duke. She said it was called Ozzy and Jack's World Tour. The episode they had for McMinnville mentioned Kelly Osbourne organized the Nashville and Isha trip at that time. Makes sense because she was on that episode that time. Okay. That would make total sense. Oh, wait. Sorry. Now I'm looking up. People are messaging me left and right over here. Another big event that another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. as I'm multitasking like a beast today. We want to do a little, artist shout out, teacher spotlight on this young lady right here. She's actually a teacher here at the Warren County School System. It won't show me the post. Okay. So this is Amber Sieber. She is a little about Amy and her art, and she is a school teacher here at the Warren County School System. And I want to show you all her cool stuff. Look what she's made.
Wow.
Look at that. Like a little fairy could fit right up in there.
Yep.
But I thought that was really neat. So this is called Off the Beaten Path Studio Art Tour. And so if anybody is interested in her art, call her, mention her. She's at the high school. She's one of her high school teachers. I already talked about the hunting safety course. Melody Krim, which does our photos for Warren First 931. I know we didn't have it. I don't know if Lucas and McKenna had it, but they did a big club rush Duke last Friday.
Wow.
And they packed that entire. Now you've been at the facility at the high school. It was a packed crowd. Close to or over 100 clubs were in there, is what I was told. But look, I mean, they have something for everybody. And look at that. I mean, packed. The Black Student Union. Yes. That's the AV. No, I don't know if this is the AV club. That's Kaysen, our boy Kaysen's right there. It's either the AV club or the esports club. I can't remember. D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, wow.
They didn't have that back in our time. Of course, the 4-H club. You always got to go to the 4-H. That's always a great thing with the set of twins, which do not ask me who's who. Do not know. Football. Of course, there's Coach Fish's son right there. Let's see. And then I also love this, and I want to do a shout out. I don't know if they have a Republican one, but they have a youth. They have a Democratic club for youth there, and I think that is very important. Learning government at a young age is very, very important, and so I thought that was really neat that they had that club going on there this year. And we got the wrestling? Yeah, the wrestling team. Oh, and of course, back by popular demand, Dwayne Farnham with the music.
Nice.
Gotta love that man. And then the Warren County High School Criminal Justice Group, another amazing organization.
Wow, how'd I get in that photo?
I was going to say, Duke, when did you make an appearance? And you upgraded your chair.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Got the vest on and everything. Look at that. Look at those khakis. Nice.
I know, right? This is the Anglers Club. That's the fishing guys. Let's see. Oh, this is the Drama Club. Future Farmers of America.
Wow.
The FFA folks. I mean, seriously, like, look at all that. FCCLA, more criminal justice. So again, there was a club for almost anybody and everybody. And if you have not got your kid in some type of club or some type of activity other than school and home, I think I always say this, that it's always important to have your kids active in something, whether that's academics, athletics, or the arts program. Because I know Lucas, I don't know about McKenna, but Lucas was really big in Warren Arts, wasn't he?
Yeah. He absolutely loved it.
I was going to say, like, what was your take on how Lucas enjoyed it?
Oh, he just enjoyed the the getting to act and perform. He was in it was all the teens for the Wizard of Oz. And then he was he was in the Hounds of the Baskervilles.
Okay.
At the very start. He was the guy that got killed at the very start of it. And,
that's right. I remember you said he was like, he's gonna get killed.
Yeah. And so, and then and then also they got together and they were developing plays on their own, and he got to do some of that stuff as well, and
Yeah.
was really into it. So yeah, I mean it's good because it opens a whole door for your child to be creative in some form or fashion when it comes to that. When it comes to athletics, get your kid involved in that if that's what they want to do. Then you know. That's always fun. I played football in high school and I loved it. I loved the sport, and then also I love the fact of the team concept that to this day I'm friends with some of those guys that I played with.
Oh yeah, I remember all your high school stories and the bus ride and back.
Yeah.
It's Tina from our coffee drive-through, guys. Heart her, love her. I got your drink thing in the car. I got to bring you today, boo-boo. We're going to take a quick break from a word from our sponsors. And when we get back, we're going to talk about what the AV Club is doing to kind of juice up the boxes at the stadium when there's games and such, which I think is a great time. So stay tuned for that big announcement as well. But remember, Warren County, keep it first.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has been serving the people of this region for 53 years, and we are fully committed to the people and the communities that place their trust in us. Warren County is just one of the 9 counties that we serve. Branch locations, along with 7 ATM and ITM locations, you can be assured that Citizens Tri-County Bank is close by. Committed to you and committed to the communities we serve. It truly is what makes Citizens Tri-County Bank the only community bank you'll ever need. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
This is David Moore with Supreme Building Products. We've been your one-stop shopping center for lumber and building supplies since 1963. We're a family-owned business and operated and proudly served Warren County for over 50 years. At Supreme, it's not just about great prices, but it's about exceptional service. Our customers are what's always supreme. From lumber to roofing to plumbing and paint, we have everything you need to build your dream home from the ground up. Whether you're a contractor, a homeowner, or a weekend warrior, our knowledgeable staff is ready to assist you at our state-of-the-art drive-through lumberyard. Visit us, please, at the corner of Highway 70 and North Spring Street. There's something for everyone at Supreme Building Products, where quality and customers come first, and the coffee's always free. And always be sure to shop local. Call us, please, at 473-9564.
Where we say the customer's always supreme. Supreme Building Products. Your one-stop shop for all your building needs. From the showroom to the lumberyard, a builder's dream. Professional sales and a great location with your guaranteed satisfaction. Where we say the customer's always supreme. Supreme Building Products. Supreme Building Products.
Rise and shine, McMinnville. Treat yourself to delicious frozen and soft drinks in Sonic, perfect for those hot summer days. Whether it's lunch or dinner, let Sonic be your go-to stop to cool off and refuel during the summer rush. And don't miss our special drink offer available until 10 a.m. Start your day the right way. With so many flavors to choose from and the best sun drop in town, why go anywhere else? Drive into summer with Sonic in McMinnville.
Visit McMinnville Lawn and Garden at 129 Keel Drive, where we've been serving our community since 1995. With a rock-solid reputation for excellent service, our dedicated team is here to help you find the best lawnmowers, leaf blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and more. We proudly carry top brands like Echo, Stihl, Shindala, Gravely, Cub Cadet, and Skag. Take advantage of our early spring service, free pickup, and a discount on service. Plus, from chainsaws to gardening tools, we've got you covered for storm season. Trust the experts at McMinnville Lawn and Garden, where quality and customer satisfaction come first. Call us today at 815-5296.
This summer, give your ride the shine it deserves with 5150 Mobile Detail LLC. From cars and trucks to SUVs, RVs, and even semis, we bring our top-notch detailing and pressure washing services right to your home or business for your convenience. Want to learn more? Scan the QR code today, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for awesome updates and specials. Ready to get started? Give us a call at 743-1130 for a quote. 5150 Mobile Detail, where your vehicle shines and convenience is key.
Hey, this is Kevel at the Cafe at Tree City, and I'm happy to say that you can now order all of your favorite espresso drinks online for pickup or curbside delivery. And you can do that by getting on Google, searching the Cafe at Tree City and just clicking online order, or follow our social channels and click on the link in our profile. Come enjoy a drink with us inside for pickup or to go. Hope to see you all soon. Thanks.
Welcome back, Warren First 931. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter, alongside my brother from another mother,
Duke Rice, live
Rice
from
in the
Yarton Nation, in the
Yeah.
house.
Right now, guys, it is 74 degrees in downtown McMinnville. Today's high will be 85, tonight's low is 68. Partly cloudy conditions are expected around 4 p.m. Wind gusts are going to be up to 9 miles per hour today. And, of course, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, be expecting some more rain and showers and potentially some thunderstorms. They're saying anything from a 35% to a 45% chance of rain and showers. Yesterday, I feel like it kind of snuck up on us. I did not expect that at all. But guess what? Welcome to Tennessee. If you're first comers, if you're new to Tennessee, welcome to Tennessee weather. That's normally what happens. But we do want to say thanks to Reddick Brown Ford for being our community weather sponsor. But with that said, I think this is really neat. I wanted to share this earlier. This is going on. Go. Before presenting the screen, you need, oh, my bad. Now, here we go. So calling all pioneers and lady pioneers. Now, this is something I think is really neat. The AV class is working on decorating the sports desk, and they want to showcase the pioneers, the Lady Pioneers, City, and Central Pride with school spirit displays. So if you have old uniforms, helmets, pom-poms, jerseys, or other gear you like to donate, please drop it off at the front entrance. You can even leave your name so we can recognize your donation. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Philip King or Anthony Levy for more information. And if you want to email them, it's King P at warrenschools.com or Lippy A at warrenschools.com if you want to do their emails. But I think that's really neat, something that you can bring towards the school. There's so much school stuff going on right now. I did want to do a little shout out to this. It's the Lady Pioneers flag football player order. If you want a spirit blanket, please support them. By simply, these blankets are perfect for any sport and for any Pioneer home. These will arrive just in time for the cooler weather. They're huge. Like, I would love one of these blankets. I think I'm actually going to get one. I'm probably going to have to buy two because every time I get one, you know who steals them? My son or my daughter. There's no sharing in the Slaughter household. Can I just say that now? We are not good sharers whatsoever.
It's like the birds in Finding Nemo. Mine.
Yes. And then it's like jerk, mine. And let me tell you, me and my son, as he's gotten older, I'm about to like punch his face sometimes because I just can't. I just can't. I know I just admitted that on air, but I don't care. I would never punch my son, but doesn't mean I wouldn't think about it. And also to the big volleyball game, which we're going to talk about. Jeff Barnes has covered that story for us. He said he's going to give us all the details on the big game that happened the other night. Another thing is, of course, we've had, and I want to do this right quick. I'm going to put the information on here. But as you can see, that is the principal at the Warren County Middle School, Caleb Sheehan, with sixth grader Dawson Aaron. And we just introduced these. I think it was mid last year with our Pioneer High School Warren County High School team, and yeah, he's showing you guys how to use these. They're called Yonder bags. I think I said that right. But now the Warren County Middle School is now going to be implementing them. And they're not just doing cell phones. They're also doing their smartwatches. So and he does a whole video going through it. There is pros and cons to a Yonder bag. I know the pro to it is, I do believe that cell phones, they are, and me and Duke can agree, because we grew up with no phones. We had to come up with our own imagination. We use our imagination, right? But I do think phones are a distraction in the school system. And I think not getting rid of them, figuring out a way to take the distraction out, very smart. I know some of my friends that was at the Warren County High School last year that had kids, they had some issues with their Yonder bag. That happens, pros and cons. But, I go back to the old school way of, like, if I'm going into a classroom, why can't I put it in a basket or, like, okay, teacher, drop, and then you get your phone as you leave. But I don't know. Have you seen the Yonder bags, Duke?
I've seen them. I get it. I get the whole, and I agree. The phones are a distraction. There's no doubt about that. And again, I'm glad that my kids are out of school now, so I have to deal with all that. And I know that some parents consider that a safety issue in case something was to happen. But again. Let the kids focus in on what they're doing in the classroom, as opposed to, let's just get on here and see what's going on social media, or I'm going to text my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my whoever friend, whatever the case is. So the Yonder bag is I see it as a positive. Like anything else, you introduce something new, you got to work the kinks out in it, and they'll get it figured out. And it's not going to hurt for your kid to not have his phone for a little bit.
Yeah. And then I want to do this little shout out to, it keeps sending me to the thing. It won't let me blow this up. Our very own Dr. Grant Swallows has made the Tennessean. And it won't let me blow it up without going to the actual article. But it's it's based on the TSSAA Board of Control members react to the transfer request nearly doubled since last year. And I think that goes back to essentially when you transfer, it's all about, is that when they do for sports? I'm guessing the TSSAA deals with that. So they processed 1,004 transfer requests through the morning of August the 18th, up from 508 a year ago. So again, I don't know all the rules, the pros and cons of TSSAA like I should. I wish I had Brian in here. He knows some of that stuff. But from what I'm understanding, there's rules and regulations to be even transferred to begin with. And I know they have changed over time. I remember when I was younger in the middle school time, where I think at one point they wanted me to go to, what was it? I can't remember if it was Eastside or Centertown, but we were, our district where we lived, I had to go to the middle school and, go out there. And I can't remember whichever school had up to 8th grade. I want to say, I think it might have been Centertown. But with that said, because of the rules from TSSAA, because I was transferring for sports purposes, right? Because I was asked back then. But since then, I know they have stiffened up their laws, toughened them up, where it makes it a little harder to transfer. But no, I just think that's a huge jump increase. You go from this year, it was at over 1,000, a little over 1,000. And then last year you only had 580. Why would you, I don't know why there would be such an increase. Do you know, Duke?
I don't, and I'm kind of like you. I don't know a whole lot about the transfer. Just, I know in the past when it comes to high school sports and all that, back in the day, because a buddy of mine is a high school coach, girls basketball coach.
Yeah.
Times that we would meet up, whether they came to Sparta or we were at their place, whatever it was, we would always talk because we're school buds. And so he would talk about, you know, like if he got a highly touted athlete and they would have to move. It wasn't like that they could stay living where they were. Let's say that he got a girl from Cookeville, right? And so it's like it's a Cookeville athlete. Well, she lives in Cookeville, but back then to move to where he was coaching sports, like it wasn't. And I think that's part of the transfer thing is like you don't have to move now if you want to. You know, if you're a kid that's going to school in Lebanon, but you want to play sports in Shelbyville, then you can transfer to Shelbyville, but you don't have to move there. I think that's kind of the key to that. I could be wrong, but that I think that's how it works. Because back in the day, you had to live in the county where you were going to school at, and I think that may be the new transfer. Is that they kind of waive that, is that if you want to, which to me is like one of those things to where, well, if you're a kid that's wanting to play sports in Lebanon, but you don't have a very good team, then you can transfer out and go to a winning team. I don't know that. And again, that's just my own personal opinion. I don't know exactly how it all works or where kids are transferring to or any of that stuff. So I'd be interested to see the rest of that article and kind of see where
it goes.
The kids are going. Yeah, where kids are bouncing around to.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I didn't know my screen was still up. I was trying to pull this up. I wanted to take another quick break. And when we get back, I want us to talk about if anybody's got questions about this. So the two hottest topics, because I did talk to Duke about off air, is cooking with plastic. Like whether, you do the rice bags, you cook the bag of rice, to heating up your food in something that's in plastic. And people are saying now to go to glass. And then the other thing, which should not be at the end of this, the shrimp talk should be the shortest one, but the radiation shrimp, or radioactive shrimp, I should say. We're going to talk about those two things coming up on the show because they have been a topic for this past 2 weeks now, but the shrimp just came back up. But I want to talk about that because, me and Duke, we grew up on plastic type food. So, and what we can do now. But I also have a video, that's what I was trying to pull up, of the doctor that talks about the plastic and the pros and cons on that. So, but we are going to take one more break from order from sponsor. But when we get back, we're going to definitely talk about that. I want to say a quick shout out, though, to TNZ Rental and Removal. Their services include junk removal, trailer rentals, property cleanouts, commercial and residential. Call Zach and Tyler at 743-9079 or Tyler at 224-8593. And remember, Warren County, keep it first.
Keep it first.
Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Come join us at 110 East Main Street for a farm-to-table experience all year long. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, guilt-free goodness that will leave you feeling energized and satisfied with every bite. Our small batch from-scratch menu bursts with juice, shots, smoothies, soups, wraps, and sandwiches, and more prepared daily to give you all the nutrients your body craves. We never add powder, sugars, or anything you can't pronounce, so don't miss out on this delicious, healthy opportunity. Swing by and indulge in some wholesome goodness today at 110 East Main Street, McMinnville, Tennessee.
Community Network Productions takes you inside each community with local interest stories, local music artists, and information.
With each show, the focus is the people and our beautiful community. With our creative team, we customize unique show ideas with our friends in the community. Our focus is you.
See each of our shows on all social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and at our website at www.communitytvtn.com.
Hey, this is Kevel at the Cafe at Tree City, and I'm happy to say that you can now order all of your favorite espresso drinks online for pickup or curbside delivery. And you can do that by getting on Google, searching the Cafe at Tree City and just clicking online order, or follow our social channels and click on the link in our profile. Come enjoy a drink with us inside for pickup or to go. Hope to see you all soon. Thanks.
Planning an auction? Count on the Get It Done Auction Company. The Donald Hillis Realty and Auction Company. In business since 1991, they specialize in residential and commercial real estate with emphasis on farms and land. They can help you with estate settlements, business liquidations, and farm dispersals, including land, livestock, and equipment. Donald Hillis Realty and Auction Company, representing more and more families in estate auctions each and every day. Call 473-7774 or visit DonaldHillisRealty.com. Firm 2273.
Reddick Brown Ford, we're all about serving our Ford and Lincoln family. Enjoy our unbeatable oil change specials. Just $34.95 up to 6 quarts for synthetic blends and $119.95 up to 13 quarts for diesels. No appointment necessary. Plus, we offer convenient pickup and delivery services for everything from oil change to rapid repairs. Need battery replacements or wipers? We've got you covered with our mobile service.
Jonathan Beavers. I'm the new sales manager here at Reddick Brown Ford on Highway 55. I'm born and raised here my whole life. I'm very supportive and dedicated with over 10 years of automotive experience. Check out our expanding pre-owned inventory on our website or come drive by, and we'd also be happy to appraise your vehicle.
To check out our new service department. We have 2 new advisors, 1 new parts counter staff, and some fresh faces on our pickup and delivery team. We're excited to offer you even better service with our expanded team. Join the Reddick Brown Ford family today. Call or text us at 931-668-2177. Experience transparency and carefree service like never before. Your satisfaction is our priority. We want to be your number 1 local go-to dealership.
All right, guys, welcome back to Warren First 931. I am the host of your show, live and in charge here at Juicy's Wellness and Cafe, alongside my brother from another mother,
Duke Rice.
Yes, miss him so much. We got to hang out. We got to do our Mexican dinner run.
I know. You just let me know. You're busy, girl. I got nothing but time because I am homeless, jobless, useless, wasteless, you name it, I'm less. So
Stop.
I got nothing but time for you, girl.
I know you do. That's why I love you. So we're going to play a quick video. This is one of my friends sent me this. This guy is Dr. Clint Steele, and he's going to talk about like Ziploc bags, foods sold in plastic bags, like the nanoplastics. And it's crazy that we're bringing this up and you're going to be listening to this, dude, because this they're saying there's cases of like dementia linked to the nanoplastics.
Sure.
And and everybody's got family members. I have a couple of family members that suffer in Alzheimer's and dementia, things like that, memory loss. And so I think it's wild. And I know it's just there's always something going on. And I want to tell everybody, this is not my opinion. These are my opinions. This is what the doctor's saying. But I always say, you do you, boo. If you are happy and healthy, you keep cooking your stuff in plastic bags. Not trying to stop you, just warning you of what could potentially, And I want to say this. Eric Durham, on our last talk about transferring, he said we should just make anyone transferring to play sports or because their parents moved, especially during high school, being ineligible for the first year. That will cut down on the problem considerably. So, yeah. Thank you, Eric, for your comment. I do appreciate it.
Shout out to Eric. I like Eric. Eric was a sales rep back in the day during the Clear Channel days. We worked together. And he's also he's still I'm assuming he's still preaching. He's a preacher as well.
I
So
don't know.
we used to have a good time down at Crockett's.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. So I'm adding this back to the stage now. Don't pay attention to the Facebook page of mine, but this is the video, and that's as big as I can get it. So, but just listen to what this guy has to say, because I think it's very interesting.
There's an update on these Ziploc bags that S.C. Johnson being taken to court right now, claiming that this is causing dementia in some people. I'm going to give you an update on the last video that I did that many of you saw, but you're going to definitely want to watch this, because I have some important information to share with you. For those of you new to my channel, my name is Dr. Clint Steele. I'm a brain and nervous system specialist, and I help people just like you improve your life by improving your brain function, specifically around preventing and in many cases reversing dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Now, the reason this is a problem, guys, this is plastic. It contains something called polyethylene. In the research, what they show is that people that die from Alzheimer's or have died and then they do a dissection of their brain, they're finding approximately 750 milligrams, that's the size of a plastic spoon, of nanoplastics in their brain. This level is 10 times more than those people that died from other diseases other than end-stage neurodegenerative diseases, 10 times more than those people that didn't die from a brain disease. Now, the reason I mentioned polyethylene is because it is a form of plastic that is found a lot in food containers, and the majority of this plastic found in the brain consisted of polyethylene. So I'm going to give you an example right here, okay? Frozen food. And by the way, this one you can see right here. It says it's okay to steam this in the bag. S.C. Johnson claims that this is safe to use in the microwave. In addition, if you look at Uncle Ben's steamed rice, they're putting the rice in the plastic and they're telling people to put it in the water and boil it. Guys, think about this logically. This makes absolutely no sense. You are basically melting plastic into your food, which being consumed, what it does is it enters your bloodstream and then it crosses the blood-brain barrier. So we're finding this not only in brains, but guys, we're finding this in other, in fact, in men, we're finding this in testicles, and they're claiming that this is decreasing sperm counts in men. So this has got to stop. You guys have got to stop doing this. Here's what you can do. Number one, stop cooking stuff in plastic as often as you can. Number two, find products that are sold in packages that say plastic free. If you do have to buy in plastic, when you get home, especially if you're freezing, and make sure you're not cooking with any of the plastics, put them in glass containers to freeze. Additional things you can do, eat fiber-rich foods, chia seeds, flax seeds. These are known to bind to toxins, including nanoplastics, to help eliminate them from your system. Activated charcoal works well. Bentonite clay also has been shown to help bind to these plastics as they come down through the digestive system. In addition, making sure to get your sleep, making sure to drink enough water, not from plastic bottles, but clean water. Eating foods that help produce gluten.
Oh, he stopped. Okay, that's just, yeah, that's the video itself.
Yeah,
Sorry. But I mean, that's a good, like, at least a gist of the concerns that people have been talking about all week, essentially.
Yeah.
With the nanoplasties and things like that. Now, listen, I grew up with, top stuff like Uncle Ben's rice, the sausage and biscuit that was wrapped in the plastic, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, and then, we've had the plastic water bottles, all these things start rolling through her head. And, like he was talking about with the dementia and messing with those patients with the brain, you hear like there's such a high population of dementia and Alzheimer's. And I'm not saying this is the key link, but what if it was? Maybe we've just solved all the problems, right? But again, I still to this day, I just bought this past weekend, I bought the sausage and biscuit that you make in the plastic bag. You heat it up for 45 seconds. I feed it to my kids just like my mother fed me. And I'm not saying that I am a bad mom, but when I saw this, it really brought up concerns as a parent like, what should I do? So, after seeing this video and talking with my friends, I opened up the bag and I took the food out before I heated it up. I mean, you got to think about stuff like that. And I know Mary's going to also chime in on this because she's the guru of fresh vegetables and such.
So, showed the video yet?
I did. I did. You went.
I don't know what it was.
Dr. Clint Steele. I don't know if you know him. But yeah, here you go. I'm going to let you get in the video with Duke. But yeah, I mean, Duke, you even as a child, how many times did you and your mom or any of your family members cook with plastic?
Oh yeah, yeah. And then also, back in the day, cooking on the stuff that would flake off in the pan, that was some stuff as well that they would tell you to stay away from. And then we've changed our cooking habits over the year. And I'm talking when I'm talking I'm talking about my wife and I. And and then especially when I got diagnosed with diabetes, we really changed how we cooked as well. More baking type stuff. We went away from the stuff to put in the microwave and all that, and then even warming up stuff like leftovers and everything. We have glass dishware that we save stuff in now, and warm it up that way.
Yeah. So yeah, Tina from our conference says, Mary, give us the scoop. What do you know?
Well, I mean, radiation, and this I was telling Kelly earlier that when I was pregnant with my son, almost 30 years ago, they tell you to stay away from seafood, certain seafood, and they also tell you to stay away from microwaves. And like people with heart problems that have a heart like a pacemaker, they ask you to stay away from microwaves, and that's because of the radiation. So why would you want to stand near it when you're not pregnant or you don't have a pacemaker?
Right.
That's how I look at it. But I don't have a microwave here at Juicy's. We do everything, we heat it up, we cook it old-fashioned way. But if you think about it, microplastics are in everything. It's even in cereal that you don't think about. I
didn't think about cereal
because it's in a plastic bag. You think about it.
Oh, that's right.
So you just don't think about even candy. Like, I love me some good chocolate, and it's wrapped in plastic.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
it's everywhere. There's really no way to get away from it, but just to be more aware, and being restaurant and being a healthy, restaurant, trying to help the community make better choices. Like a lot of times I get, people will school me on my styrofoam that I use here.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost impossible to get the biodegradable because it's so expensive, and I would have to go up on all my prices. And I don't want to do that.
No.
But then I'm like, okay, maybe bring your own container. I'll give you a discount. So I do that. So you can do that. So, I do have customers that bring in their own bowls, their own cups, but make sure they're clean.
Yeah.
So I don't want to wash them.
Yeah.
It's in everything. And it's even if you think about it, like I can go down I started to say a squirrel, but it's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Even when you get injections at the doctor, that some of those, some of it's in plastic. You don't think about the
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. It's everywhere.
So, I mean, in reality, there's really not a way
Yeah.
to get away from it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in everything. It's in straws. You think you're sitting there taking.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah,
it's horrible to think that way.
Yeah. So you just kind of. Just got to the
best way to be preventable is to know what you're putting into your body at the end of the day. And like the Dr. Steele was talking about, that you can take some, he said like stuff that helps with fiber that bonds the toxins to get out of your system. Now, do you know what are some good fibers to take, Mary?
So I don't recommend supplements just because you don't know really what's in it, because legally they can not put it on the label.
Yeah.
So what I suggest, guys, is a good salad. So a good salad.
Salad bars are the way to go.
Because if you put more fiber and even juicing, so like if you're, constipated, get you a good juice. Come see me. I have one juice called the Eliminator. So.
But isn't the Eliminator also served in a plastic cup?
Well, biodegradable.
It is. Those are biodegradable. Okay, I was gonna say, because now you got me thinking, like, what plastic have I been inhaling?
Yeah. So I mean, biodegradable still has plastic in it, but not as much.
Not as much.
Yeah. So and luckily I get those here in town.
Yeah.
So shout out to Party Novelty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
But no, and when you talk about supplements of the fiber stuff, why are they I'm not
Why?
saying the best choice.
Well, because again, you don't really know what's in it.
Mhm.
And most of the time, everything's so high now. So we go for the cheaper supplements, most
Mhm.
of us. And so it has some crap in there. Even that was funny, has crap in there.
It's got to have crap in there.
So you just, to me personally, if you want a really good like supplement, I love, it's called something garden. I'll have to look it up.
Look it up and let me know.
But I haven't taken it in a long time because I used to be super constipated because I was on top of all type of medications.
Right. Which causes constipation when you're on a lot of meds.
And especially with cancer, I was in pain all the time. So I was on pain meds. I had neuropathy that was horrible. And so the medications just
helped you out,
contributed to the constipation. So I got addicted to the fibers, to the supplements, because that was the only way I could go. So there is an addiction you can get from those.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one's safe anywhere.
No. So just eat your greens, guys. Eat
Yeah.
your greens and don't do it one day and expect miracles because it didn't
It's
take.
got to be consistent.
Yeah. Didn't take one day to get all that poop in there.
Yeah.
So,
It took God 7 days to make all this. So we got to remember that.
so 7 days would be perfect.
Yeah.
And most people, it doesn't take that long. So just eliminate, try to cut down on your oil. You don't have to get rid of it that you put in your food because sometimes that can clog our digestive system. So cut down your oil and add more greens and it should help. Yeah.
And we also were talking about, the newest thing that happened this week was, and it wasn't here, luckily, and I know y'all can't see me, but I know you can hear me. No, it's okay. The shrimp recall that's going on right now because there's a lot of, they found there's radioactive shrimp and people are making jokes saying, hey, give me some of that radioactive shrimp. I want to be the next Spider-Man or Superman. And then somebody corrected them and be like, Superman was an alien. Let's just call it what he was. He was an alien from another planet.
Yes.
But with that said, why is, we talked about this, there's certain types of seafood. Is all seafood bad or is there certain ones that are better than the other?
And I'm probably going to catch it here. I'm probably going to get in trouble here. But me personally, this is just my personal opinion. Again, when I first started this journey, I watched a DVD, got some information, some research, looked it up on my own. The bottom of the ocean is filled with chemicals and radioactive material. Always has been.
Yeah.
Because
this is nothing new.
This is nothing new. And back in the day when I used to try to tell people this, they tell me be quiet.
Crazy Mary.
So
Mary. Crazy.
But now it's coming out and it's on the news and now it's believable because it is true.
Yeah.
But like shrimp, anything bottom feeders, that is not only full of radioactive material. It also has poop in it.
It's okay. Say it.
It has poop. But if you like eating poop, it's fine with me. I don't care. So, I do care.
You're talking about in the shrimp, that little black stuff, that poop, right?
That's their veins.
Okay.
That's their. But yeah, they are poop eaters. They are anything on the bottom of the ocean, trash. Our trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catfish. I know is a bad word. I saw Mary cringe when I told her I love me some fried catfish.
Yeah. And I used to love it too. And no judgment at all because, we all have different lifestyles.
Yeah.
And neither one of them's right, really.
No.
It's right for you. It's right for me.
Yeah.
But just fish in general, especially in the ocean, not just bottom feeders, but, there's vaccines that are actually dumped into the ocean that's not used. And a lot of people don't know this. Yes. And it's not, I'm not saying it's in America, in other countries, and it's all one big body of water. But you think about all the vaccines that we didn't use that were dumped in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's in the
and
fish.
you also like talking about that in general, when they do the big vaccine thing here about, throw away your pills. Like if you throw away your pills in the toilet, where do they go? It all goes right back into the water.
There's tons of microplastic in our water and our soil.
Yeah.
So again, you just got to be.
You got to figure out the balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's like the time me and Kelly were down at Panama City Beach. I peed in the Gulf of Mexico. So,
There you go.
No one was hurt.
Yeah.
Fish in the water.
Yeah. Fish were still swimming. It was a good time.
And we swim in the swimming pools, you know, and everybody pees in those, right?
Yeah, I mean, the ones that aren't potty trained.
Yeah. I mean, I try not to, but
my mom always told me the big curse, like if you ever pee in a pool, you're going to be able to tell because the water, like
Turns
it's purple.
Yeah.
Purple. And I'm like, I don't want to see a purple strain, you know? So I told my daughter the same thing, and she's like, I got to go, Mom. I got to go. I'm like, let's go. But no, I wanted Mary to, I know you probably got to go back, but before you do the specials right quick.
Okay. So our special today is our faux buffalo cauliflower tacos.
Okay.
So it's, if you like buffalo tacos, come and give them a try. They are made with roasted cauliflower, a barbecue sauce that Cindy makes with homemade ranch dressing. They have some shredded cabbage and cilantro on top. Comes with a side, if you choose, with veggies and ranch dressing that we make in house.
Yeah.
And then I made some protein chocolate bites.
Oh,
they taste like a Reese's, and they're sweetened with applesauce. So anybody out there with sugar issues, it's okay. It's good. It's
Look,
good for you.
Duke.
That's
It's
right
okay,
up my
Duke.
alley.
Yeah.
You love Reese cups.
That's what they taste.
So, yeah.
Oh, mercy.
See, you should have came down today.
I
But
know.
we didn't.
Well,
Wait, thank you, Mary. But yeah, I wanted Mary to talk about, you know, the healthy stuff, you know, when in doubt, go back to the garden, essentially, is of when it comes to a healthy way of lifestyle. And then if you think about it, to wrap up the talk, back in the heyday, people didn't have all this high-tech gluten stuff. They had to live off the land.
yeah.
And there was no plastic, no glass, right? They just had to do what they had to do. So, but that's what I think. Like, it when in doubt, just figure out a good balancing. And I do think a lot of my friends were telling me last week when it came to this the plastic chat, you can actually get tested to see how much plastic is in your system. And I think it's a simple blood test, I think is what it was. So, and I'm really interested in it. Now, let me tell you, I am a scaredy cat on a lot of things. And this is one of them. I don't want to know how much plastic's in my body. I don't. You know.
It's going to be keep Kelly away from the heaters. You're going to melt.
Right. But no, I mean, we even talked, one thing Mary forgot to mention was about popping popcorn. You know, when you pop popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Remember,
that's another hot topic. You know, and just to think, because, you know, when I was doing the research, like, you know, with the radioactiveness, we always talk about cleaning our oceans, keeping it clean and things like that. And, you know, you think about what you can't get, because you can't have like 100%, it's all gone. Right.
Sure.
I mean, that's the unicorn. That's the goal. That would be the end game goal. But if there's something, I will like to say this with dementia and stuff, if it is linked to these nanoplastics, I would really like to see if that's the case to solve all things, you know, mental on that end. Because I know there's too many people that are going through stuff like that right now that it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
And to think that the only reason it just blows my mind, Duke, that if that is a link to it, like it's because I've been eating plastic all my life and I didn't know it.
Yeah. A friend of ours that we knew, that I went to school with and we went to church with, and she kind of came back into our lives recently. But anyway, we were talking about that as well. And she was talking about how, you know, people with Alzheimer's and stuff like that, they say there's, they're consuming too much metal. But to me, that'd be the same thing as plastic, right? Is that you're, you know, because you're right. Back in the day, back 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, that's what you had. You know, that, you know, you had the start of the microwave craze in the late 70s, early 80s, and on and on. And so, you know, when you hear that and you hear people saying that, you know, I believe it. I believe that's the case. And, you know, when somebody who's got dementia or Alzheimer's and they get a CT scan or a MRI of their brain, and then the doctor comes back and says, you know, they've got a lot of white matter in their brain. That's what I'm assuming that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, with what that doctor was saying was that, polyurethane, yeah, whatever it was, gets into the blood system and gets into the brain and causes that, and kind of starts to harden over time, and starts killing your brain cells. And so, like I said, we've changed our diet here. We do a lot of baking stuff and cooking on the stove as opposed to the microwave. Like I said, when we heat stuff up, it's in glassware. We don't use plastic anymore. We don't keep stuff in plastic anymore. We trashed all that. We bought the glassware that you can save stuff in. So
plus it's probably a saver. And Retha says, I think the problem lies in when you heat stuff up in the plastic. Heating brings out more of that stuff. Just storing it in plastic or drinking out of it isn't the real issue. I looked into that too. Oh, go ahead. You want to go, Duke?
Oh, I was just going to say, we were talking about the rice and heating rice up in the plastic bags, and also, you had the instant rice where you push the bag and then you put in the microwave for 90 seconds or whatever and everything. Well, when I got sick, we were still eating some of that stuff, and it just tasted funky all of a sudden. Like all of a sudden, my taste buds went, and stuff that we were doing that was considered unhealthy, I just couldn't eat it. And Tara's like, why can't you, you love this stuff. And I'm like, it just tastes funky. Yeah. It was just a funky taste all of a sudden. And so we went to the Rice-A-Roni instant where you put in the pan and put the water in, you cover it for a while, and get away from the instant microwave stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, it's wild to think about.
And to read this comment about the drinking and the and storing, at the end of the day, like that Dr. Clint Still was saying, if you have to store anything, he is still saying to store it in glass. This is no different than, like Mary brought up, the cereal. The cereal sits out and it's stored in a plastic bag because that's how it comes. For people out there, and I know people are going to be like, oh my gosh, but, a lot of people are, getting those corn crops, shucking some corn, boiling it, and then putting it in the bags, and they're, saving it and freezing it, essentially. You have to think about it. And over time, that plastic's going to sit in there. Also, drinking out of a plastic thing, if no one knew, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, if that, where people were starting to make glass drinking containers instead of the plastic drinking containers, because if the plastic stays in your car, for example, your drinking thing, and you're going in and out, and it's been hot like it has been these several days, the sun is radiating off in that, and it's heating it up, and it is melting something. I've heard that so many times. People even say, even getting a simple water bottle from your house, that's, you buy the 40 pack and you have that in there, and it heats up, and you think after 3 days you still can drink it. Guess what? I've been there. They say that's not a good thing to drink that, because the plastic has heated up and the particles have broken off. So Again, I always say this is just to use your discretion at the end of all this, because you do what you think's best. If you think getting like the doctor said, try to find stuff that says plastic free on labels. I know that is very hard to do. Like Mary said, you got to find the common balance.
Case in point, I'm drinking a Gatorade in a plastic cup.
Right.
So it's hard to get away from it. But like the doctor said, especially when you're heating stuff up, that ends up cooking into what you're making, and that can be
what about her phone? Oh, well, crap. I'm telling you, we just need to go back to the olden times. Miss Tina from our coffee says the BPA free bottles are good, but glass is best. And also Mary was bringing up this right here about, our phones do radiation. So if you haven't got radiation off your cell phones yet, you ain't going to do it by eating some shrimp. Okay. I'm just saying, if you want some superpower, we should have already had a superpower.
Yeah. Well, I'm still going to order some shrimp scampi. I love some shrimp scampi. I can't live without it if we're having seafood night. But
right.
But one thing I do try to stay away from is when you buy shrimp, and it's microwavable. I'd rather cook in a pan than
That's right.
to,
Yeah.
so.
I think when in doubt, microwave is out, right? Like if you had to come up with a phrase, when in doubt, microwave out. No, don't do it. You know, cook at home. I know that we do live in a society where we're fast paced and things need to be, we need to get it as cheap as possible and do it as quick as possible, cheap and quick. But at the end of the day, you have to think to yourself, you're doing yourself and your family a disservice by doing that, because it's not necessarily the healthiest choice. Oh,
That's what my wife used to call me when we dated, cheap and quick.
And then there you go. Miss Retha says can't even get milk hardly that's not in plastic unless you go to corners of somewhere like that. Even not just Four Corners, but down the street here at the Butcher on Main, they have the glass milk, which it tastes so. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, it is expensive, and that's why we try to mix it up, do it half and half. Buy from the store and buy from them. But when you bring back the glass containers, you get like a discount. Like there's ways to do this, but if you don't save your container, then you have to pay for it in full price again. But I just hope that helped some people. Like that video helped me understand a little bit more on the the plastic issues. And then as far as the shrimp goes, I know we didn't get too far into it. But what Mary said was very informative and educational too, because and again, everything that we talk about, I challenge you to look it up, because maybe there's something we're missing, because you owe it to yourself. I say this on the show about anything we talk about, whether it's politics or what's going on in the community. You owe it to yourself to double check anything that's on the mainstream media. I always say this because, and Duke can contest to this as well. There's so many different news outlets we can go to on mainstream media stuff. And everybody has their own narrative. At the end of the day, everybody has their own narrative. They try to be as neutral as possible. I will say that. But at the end of the day, this is their point of view that they're like, okay, how can I get this point across? Right. And you have got to look at all of them as a whole, because what I'm sick and tired of seeing on mainstream media is there's like 5 pushing one narrative and one is not. Well, why is that one different from the others? Then you do the research and you're like, oh, well, that did happen. And then it makes you think, why didn't this other 5 over here do their research? Like, I feel like sometimes we hear this a lot, and somebody actually came up to me and said I wasn't a true journalist at one point, and that did bother me. That's why I know, right. Because I don't say anything unless I know at least 50% of my material first. Okay. Right. But with that said, and then I do follow-ups, but with that said, you really have to be your own little journalist inside you to look at these things, to research these things, and then question them. Like, why are you not talking about this? Because this happened here, here, and here, but yet you're trying to, why are you deferring from it? The truth, which bothers me. That's why my show is always going to be informative, transparent, and educational, whether you like it or not. There's going to be times that you like what I say, and there's going to be times you don't like what I say. But that's Kelly Slaughter. You're going to get the truth. And sometimes the truth sucks. And I want to say it the way I say to everybody. The truth sucks blank. I mean, it does. It does. And I also want to say, just to shift gears before we end the show, I wanted to give a little shout out to our Warren County Middle School team. They defeated Coffee County at Nunley Stadium the other day, Tuesday night, 16-0.
Nice.
Coach Ben Matheny, a good friend of Duke and Duke's and me, he is doing such a great job in that program. And I cannot wait to see the home game. Our first home game for the Warren County High School is this Friday. We will be broadcasting a 30-minute little segment out there as people are entering in. We're going to be set up outside to show our Pioneer spirit. So then after we do that, then we can go in and enjoy the game, because at the end of the day, that is what it's about, is supporting our teams.
Yes.
Giving them our full attention, because I do believe when you show the encouragement, the screams, the chants, the hollers, that really, and you being on the sideline playing for football, being on the football team yourself, that does something to a player, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, that's, you want the team support. The worst thing that you can do, and I'm speaking from experience, one thing that would just break our hearts is if we were losing a game and there was no way we were coming back from it. We're taken to the woodshed or whatever. Fourth quarter, not even over, and the home people are heading out, and it's just like, that would just break our hearts, because it was kind of like they were giving up on us, and so whether they win or lose, stay for the whole game and support those kids, because they're sacrificing their Friday nights, right? It's easy as a high school kid on a Friday night. You want to hang out, you're on the strip, whatever kids do now. That was back then. But instead they're putting in the time and the effort for Coach Blue and that staff, and same thing for the middle school kids. They're putting in their time and their effort and their hard work of pushing them weights during the off season, running them sprints, doing them drills, pushing that sled outside in a friggin' 100-degree heat index. That's craziness, So, they need your support. So support them.
Yeah. So again, we will be broadcasting live on Friday at Nunley Stadium. It's going to be me, Kason Nunley, your Pioneer Playbook host, as well as Brian Carr will be there, and we're going to just set up something nice. And if you want to come on the show and show your Pioneer sport, we're just show off your Pioneer spirit. So come on our show, tell us why you love sports, or why you love the Warren County football team, or a certain player on the team. I think showing them how much support this community has will speak volumes. So it's going to be, our show is going to be called Show Your Spirit, and let's hear it. And it's going to be this Friday. We're going to be set up right outside, right where you get your ticket. So we'll be right there by the booth, and you can come on, talk the whole time, talk 5 minutes. I don't care. Or just come on and be like, yeah, nobody cares, whatever the case may be. But then after that, we're going to be screaming, shouting to the top of our lungs, to the point I will not have a voice on Monday, because that's what happens with me when I do my thing, as I call it.
And shaking our pom-poms.
I am. I got some. I have some. But no, I think it's going to be a real great time for everybody to come out, show your support. And again, this is Coach Eric Blue's first home game. So for the season. And so this is going to be epic. And I want to just debug this right now and say what I want to say before this even gets started. I know we already had an away game. You have got to give this new coach a chance. We cannot, I would love to win every game. We all would. Let's be honest. We would love to win every single game. But this is a new coach, new staff, and we have got to give him a chance. I myself am sick and tired of the revolving door of coaches. I'm going to just say it. And I understand we want winning seasons. We want this and that. But at the end of the day, I think it takes time. And I do think the stuff that Coach Turner implemented last year with, the weightlifting class that was implemented in at the middle school for the football team that him and Coach Ben Matheny were working towards. I think things take time. All these other schools that we have played in years past have had programs that they start working on these kids in like 5th and 6th grade. And then by the time they're in high school, they're like, gladiators, right? And I think that if you just be patient with the school system, be patient with the athletic coaches, I think we can get there. I hope we can get there by the end of this year. But at the same time, if we're not, I'm going to hope for next year and the next, because it does take time to mold and to gravitate. And a good prime example of what a good product is. The band, when we were talking to Mr. Farnham, he talked about the elementary programs and the middle school programs leading into, he said, I can't take any credit for these students that are coming in that need no practice at all. I have to give credit to the other people that have molded them into this point right now. And that's what it's going to take in our football programs, our basketball, our baseball, whatever you want to put in there. Okay. So again, please do me a solid, guys. And before we go down the rabbit hole of like, here we go. If something bad, I want to win this Friday, but if something happens where we don't win, I want to hear people say, well, man, did you see how big of an effort they made? Did you see how the coach really rallied them in at this point? I don't want to hear, well, here we go again, another losing season. Why put that out there? We need to manifest positive attitudes. Like, we can do it. We are just as good as Cookeville and DeKalb and all these schools. We really are. But we have to make the kids believe it. And Duke can agree to this. It's really, what is it? 15, 20% physical, and the huge majority is mental. If we can get our kids to flip that switch and let them know that they can do it, I think it's going to speak volumes. Sorry,
winning takes care of everything, right? I mean, the winning will come. There's a learning curve here. And when I say learn, you're not just learning, I'm talking about the kids and the coaches as well. You're learning the new system that the coach has installed. The coach is learning the kids of who is making the efforts, who have the potential, those type of things. And you got to mold that, and it'll come. It may not come right off the bat, but learning to win is another thing. You see that on every level, high school, college, pro, is you've got to learn to win and how to keep from, like Kelly said, the mentality of, I can't jump off sides. We've got them on a 4th down. If we stop them here, we got a shot of winning the game. Oh, I jumped off sides. I just gave them automatic first down. We lose the game. Those are the mental aspects of the game, of playing or making the right play or not jumping off sides when you're on offense, defense, whatever the case is. So, yeah, it's going to take time. But I think with them not being in a district anymore and being an independent, I think that you're going to see. And it's not going to happen in 1 year. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not going to happen in 1 year, because Sparta did the same thing, and it took them about 2 years to get on the right track. Was there effort every year? Yes, there was effort. And that's what you got to cheer on, is these kids, because when you start winning, kids will want to get involved and we'll get more people in. So, but you got to be patient. Yeah.
And that's one thing I know. Me, Duke, anybody, patience is very few and far between, but we have to learn from it. Yep. And so I want to say best wishes to Coach Blue and the Warren County High School Pioneer team. We will be there cheering on. And if there's anybody that wants to sit in my cheering section to make sure we just stop all the haters from booing and sizzling or whatnot, come sit with me, because we're going to squash them. Okay. But Duke, that is a wrap for today. Mamacita is getting
awesome.
Hungry.
I had a blast.
Thank you. And again, we may have you on tomorrow. Who knows? I'll let you know. But I love you, bro. Take care. Tell Tara and the family I said hello. Tell Mother Teresa I said hello. But guys, remember, if you have any stories, as we're getting close to the end of the week, if you have a story for the newspaper, because like I said, the end of game for me on this is that it is 100% ran as far as stories go by you guys, because it's your voice, it's your stories, it's your events, all that. But if you need help writing that, because I am here for you, all you got to do is email me, which, by the way, I did this for a reason. I have created a new email account for anything newsworthy. I'm getting so bombarded on ads and news stuff that I'm not able to see all of it, that I've missed some, and I do apologize, and I'm going to say that on air. So I have 2 new email accounts. You can still email me at Warren First. It's just I'm getting so bombarded, guys. I need to like conquer and divide. So if you have a news story, whether that's an event happening or a news tip, car accident, whatever the case may be, an event coming up, email me at newstipswf931@gmail.com. I'll make sure we're going to share this later on the show, on the social medias today. Also, if you would like to do an ad in the paper, whether that is for classifieds or an event coming up or things like that, you can also send it to ads, ADS, WF931@gmail.com, because I don't want to miss you guys. And there's so many things that go on in our community that I have missed because of all the and it's a good problem. Let me tell you, it is a good problem to have when you get anything from, sometimes it's 50 to 150 emails a day. And that is also included with the news stories I get that I've signed up for, like on my program, so I can stay in the know on some other stuff. But with that said, if you have not got your newspaper yet from the local voice, you need to. They're $3 a hard copy. You can get them at any 15 to 20 stores that we have them located. And I'm going to tell you, don't forget that you also need to go to the store that you get those newspapers from, because starting in January 2026, we are going to micro down to only 5 stores. And so the top 5 stores will be my stomping ground. The other stores will still get a newspaper, but they'll just get one. And it's not going to be for sale. It's just going to be for looks or to read, just pass the time. Okay. Like if you're in the waiting room or whatnot. But that is the next goal, because I'm getting calls all the time saying, hey, I ran out. Can you bring me some more? So those stores, essentially, if you are one of the top 5 big dogs, y'all will be getting the stores. But again, you can also sign up for the free digital subscription as well if you guys would like to. It's simple. It's easy. You can text me at 931-369-3050 with the text word local voice, and you will get a email sent to you every Monday morning. If you do not get it sent to you and you're part of that free digital subscription, please let me know. I found out yesterday evening that I had a couple people that didn't get it Monday, and I had to go back, and they were just like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But also too, we're doing a special on doorstep deliveries between now and the end of this month. If you want to be part of the subscription, it's $200 for a yearly subscription. You get 52 local voice copies of everything and all things Warren County news. And it literally is. We are slowly getting into car accidents and like incident reports. I finally teamed up with the right people to send me those emails every day as well. So again, be patient with me. I go at a turtle's pace with this, but I want to make sure I do it right. That's my big thing. But Duke, like I said, thank you for being on the show today. I may snag you for tomorrow as well, so be prepared. So go tell Tara to cut that hair.
Well, she wanted to cut it last weekend, and something happened. Was like, no, you're a little upset, and I don't want you to take it out on me with a.
I gotcha. Yeah. Well, if she's in a good mood today when she comes home from work, you tell her, cut that hair. It's time.
Yes.
But other than that, guys, take care. God bless. Make sure you got your rain boots and your rain jacket. You never know what Mother Nature may throw at you. Other than that, remember, Warren County, keep it first.